Welcome to the Sing Confidently, Live Creatively podcast, a show to help you build confidence as you start singing, acting, dancing, and being creative again. Hi, I'm Estelle. I'm a singer, actor, performer, and beginner voice coach who knows how it feels to want to use your God-given creative gifts, but you stay stuck in fear and doubt. The solution is to start building confidence. You have gifts that you need to grow and use and share, and the world is waiting for you. I want to be there with you to help you do that. It's time to live creatively. So without further ado, let's begin. Hi, happy Monday. How are you? How's it going? Welcome back to the show. I'm so excited that you are here for another episode. This is the place to be. This is the place for you to grow, to continue to sing confidently and live creatively. I'm here for that. And today's episode, I'm sharing a live that I did last week on my personal page on Instagram at Estelle Avberry. Come on over and say hi if you haven't yet. Some of you already have, which is cool. And I'm answering questions from the interest form that some of you guys have been filling out for the workshop that's coming up, virtual workshop. It is officially going to be next Monday, November 13th at 7:30 p.m. EST. And I'm really excited because today's episode, I got to touch on some of the questions you guys have that I really want to start answering ahead of time, just in case I don't have the bandwidth or the opportunity to answer all of the questions in depth next week at the workshop. So I wanted to start answering them. And also, I want to remind you guys I want to let you guys know, actually, in case you're not on the email list, that there's also a day 2 of the workshop, in case you didn't know. So the workshop is a free virtual workshop where we're going to be talking about how to start singing with confidence, right? I'm going to break down the steps that I believe will really help you to sing confidently and look at some of the questions you guys asked as well to kind of help you guys go from there. So you have a really good foundation to start singing, to live more creatively, to have a more creative life, to actually walk in that creativity that you have, to express yourself, to use your voice and not to shy away from it, not to hide it, not to be shy, but to raise your voice and to use it with confidence, not just with singing, but it's going to apply to anything else that you want to do in the creative arts, especially when it comes to performing, even when it comes to speaking. Maybe you have a speaking role in your job and you need to present things, right? Having that ability to be confident in your voice, that's what we're going to be breaking down. And the day 2 of the workshop is a paid day. It's a VIP level, and that second day will be Tuesday, November 14th. It's going to be at 12:30 p.m. EST, and that day is going to be where you get to be coached. Okay, so if you would like to be like, okay, like I want to let Estelle hear me sing a little bit and give me some feedback. What am I missing? Where can I grow? What do I need to focus on? Actually hear, like, get kind of in the weeds with you just for a little bit, just for a few moments. I will be happy to do that. So like that's for like actual coaching where you'll get feedback, live feedback from me. Even if you decide that you don't want to sing and you don't want to raise your hand and sing, you'll still get to hear the feedback from other people, and I'll also be answering even more singing questions, and I'll be giving some more inspiration, really be putting you guys in the space where you're meeting other creatives. Some of you guys are songwriters. You need to share your music with other people. This is a great place to say like, hey, like follow me on Instagram, here's my Spotify, like here's my YouTube, music link, come Apple Music link, iTunes, come listen to my songs. Like this is a great opportunity to meet other people, to network, to connect with other creatives and other aspiring creatives. You can learn from other people in these groups. And so if the day 1 is great for that, it's a free day, and then the day 2, you are investing that time and that money in yourself, in your gift, and in getting coaching, and also in spending time with other creatives even more, and getting to ask more questions, getting to connect even more with me. I would love to do that. And so I'm really excited that VIP level is another day for that, another day where we're going to do a giveaway as well. So you get a giveaway on the day 1, then you also get a giveaway at the day 2 workshop. So I really recommend you sign up for both. You don't want to miss out on a single second of this experience. next week. So I'm really excited. If you want more information or if you want more inspiration, I'll be sending out emails throughout the week. So make sure you join my email list. It's in the show notes. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can join there, or just DM me if you are like, I want to be added. Just let me know. If you sign up for the workshop, you will automatically be added to the email list, which is great. So make sure you go ahead and do that. I would love to see you there. I don't want you to miss out. It's going to really change things for you. Truly, you will be impacted. You will leave feeling so rich, like you got so much from that free workshop, and even more from the paid day 2 of the workshop. So make sure that you are there. I'm so excited to see you. Okay, let's get into answering some of these questions you guys had. I hope this helps. If you have any other questions, let me know. DM me, and go ahead and sign up. The sign up is in the show notes right at the very top for the workshop for day 1 and day 2. And don't be shy. Go ahead and check it out and let me know what you think. And I'd love to hear from you. All right. Thank you so much. Let's get into the episode. So again, the question is leveraging practice and not overusing your voice. So how do you practice without overusing your voice, without overdoing it? Number 1, you want to make sure that when you're practicing, you start with a vocal warm-up. One of my favorite things to talk about. Start with a vocal warm-up when you start practicing, because you want to get, first of all, you want to increase blood flow to your vocal folds, and you want to kind of start increasing the flexibility of your vocal folds, especially as you go higher, as you maybe explore your range for that day, because your range might be wider or narrower depending on the day, right? And the time of the day, right? Right. So you want to start with a nice warm up, an easy warm up. Ease yourself into singing before you go full voice, full volume. You know what I mean? Hi. So you want to ease yourself into it. So start with the warm up, and from there, also do like a physical warm up if you can. Move your body a little bit. And then from there, you can start practicing whatever piece, whatever song you're working on. But as soon as you start to feel any kind of pain, whether it's warming up, whether it's stretching, whether it's singing, doing your practice, you definitely want to stop and see someone, a specialist, go to your doctor, ENT. Definitely want to stop, pause, go to a voice coach before you move forward. So make sure that you are not hurting your voice. But once you've sung for a little bit, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, take a break, take a pause, take an assessment of like, how's your voice feeling? If you're starting to feel hoarseness, you're starting to crack, absolutely no. No cracking, no hoarseness, no. We want to feel good. We want to enjoy singing. It should be fun. Singing is fun. It's creative. Why are we hurting ourselves? Don't hurt yourself. Okay, so when you're practicing, I would say when it comes to leveraging your practice and not overusing your voice, again, start with a nice warm-up. Start with a nice warm up, and then from there, really be aware of how your voice is feeling. Drink lots of water before you start practicing, before you start singing. Drink lots of water, and not like right before, but like throughout the day, because then you're slowly lubricating your vocal folds by just hydrating your body. So got into the weeds there, got into some details there, but I hope that really helps if you have that question as well about practicing and singing and stuff like that. Overall, you want to enjoy the process of singing. It should be fun. It should be creative. It should be inspiring. It should be empowering. It should be a time where you are fully expressing yourself, fully expressing your creativity and this gift that you have. And so you don't want there to be any pain. You don't want there to be any tension or tightness. As soon as you feel tension, tightness, pain, take a break, take a pause, and reassess, okay? It's really just awareness. You have to be aware of your voice. And if you are not feeling it, don't push. Don't push. If you're not feeling it, don't push. There's no point, okay? Again, singing should be joyful. It should be creative. It should be expressive. And that's it. All right, so another question is, there's so many questions. Okay, this is a good one. How to memorize melodies and lyrics. Okay, I actually did a podcast on this of like the number one way that my like number one tip for memorizing lyrics, I think I gave, or memorizing actually not just lyrics but like monologues and words. Actually, I was using a reference I was referencing memorizing monologues and lines, actually. Yeah, this was for memorizing lines for shows, plays. But we can apply it here. This is something that I'm currently in the middle of because I'm prepping a lot of songs for grad school auditions, and yeah, I'm in the trenches learning these songs. Not just any songs. These are not just any songs. Okay, for me, it's maybe I'm being a little extra, but for me, these are not just any songs. These are like German piece, Italian pieces, a French piece, and of course English. And I'm just like, it's a lot of languages, a lot of words, and just like trying to understand what they mean too. Because of course I want to like put in the emotion, but I kind of have to set that aside for a little bit later and just like actually get the words. So how do I memorize melodies and lyrics? What's my advice? So I talked about using your like recording, using audio recording as a major tool for this. Listening to it, right? Listening to the song, listening to whatever song you're trying to learn. Of course, if some people are different learners, some people are audio, some people are visual, kinetic, etc. But being able to listen to it and then being able to sing it or say them yourself and record your own voice singing them and saying them and then listening back helps. At least it helps me when I'm learning lines. I will literally read the other person's lines and then pause so that I would be forced to fill in my lines. And I would also record myself reading both lines so I could just like hear the dialogue and how it goes back and forth. So that's like really great for learning and memorizing like lines and monologues. Recording your own voice saying it helps me a lot. But also with memorizing melodies and lyrics right now, I've been making flashcards. Actually, they're in my purse. I have some flashcards that I've been making for the songs that I'm working on. And it's helped me because then on the back of it, I put the translation, obviously because they're not all English. Where are my flashcards? I don't even know. But, oh, they're right here. All right, so this is one set of them, right? On the front is the German, on the back is the translation, and I just like go through it with the music and kind of challenge myself to say like, okay, what's the next part? You know, because this is one line, and then I need to know what the next part is, and then can I remember what it means? Like, what is it hinting at? So that I can kind of connect the emotion to the song. So that's been helping me so far. Honestly, it's just doing it again and again. It's listening again and again, and writing it out might help you. Okay, so that's when it comes to memorizing melodies and lyrics. So that was that question. I'll probably touch on this. I might try to touch on this again in the workshop, but we'll see. Hi. So, but I don't know for sure. Okay, so memorizing melodies and lyrics. That was that question. Again, you record yourself singing, listen back to it, write it out, write out the words, write out the lyrics. That will help you for sure. How do I understand my key? How do I know if I'm soprano or alto? I don't know if I'm head voicing or singing in my key. Okay, those are great questions. How do I understand my key? Okay, so soprano and alto, those are voice parts, vocal parts, as opposed to a key, the key as in, okay, referencing the keys on the piano, right, which tell us where we are, where the sound is vibrating, right, how high it's vibrating versus low, right? So knowing your key, right, that's ear training, right? That's all ear training. And so it really just takes listening again and again, singing along again and again, and learning to match pitch. So if you're not sure if you're singing on key or you're singing in the right key, it's really the practice. Practicing listening is a big part of it. And then it does help to learn what the keys are, like knowing like what does C sound like on the piano or on a guitar. You can play the chord on the guitar, that kind of thing, and kind of like hearing, okay, this is what the note sounds like, and then practice matching pitch. So hear the note and then practice singing along with it. That will kind of help you start to learn. It'll help you start to memorize
pitches and how to match your own voice with the pitch that you are hearing. Singing is all muscle memory. Like it's all like, okay, how much have you done it? How much have you practiced it? How much repetition have you done? So knowing what key you're in, again, you have to kind of compare what you're singing with the pitch that you're supposed to be singing, so you can compare your own voice to what you're listening to. This is where recording comes in handy. You can record yourself singing along with a song that you really like, and then go back and listen to it and then hear the differences. And I'm not talking about differences in like, oh, like runs or like tones or whatever. I'm talking about differences in like, oh, was my note matching this person's note? That's how you know, okay, am I matching the pitch? And then, okay, so when it comes to voice parts, that's different from like where you are on the staff and then where you are in reference to the notes on a keyboard or a piano. So soprano and alto, that's voice parts are like a range of notes that are comfortable for you to sing. So for an alto singer, there are a range of notes that are going to be comfortable for you compared to a soprano singer who is going to have a certain range of notes that are comfortable for them. And it varies per person, but there are like general guidelines. And then there's also mezzo soprano, which is kind of in between the alto and the soprano. If you're thinking more in like classical music, which you see more in like classical music and musical theater. So it also depends on the genre that you're singing in, what might count as traditional soprano versus alto. And then for primarily male identifying voices, tenor and bass, and baritone, which is in between tenor and bass. So there are a range of notes that are going to be comfortable for you. I think that's the most simple way to say it, because again, we're thinking about like the beginner singing, like basics. Understand that as a soprano, you're going to have a higher range of notes that are comfortable for you, or you can sing in probably your head voice. So you said you don't know if you're head voicing or singing in your key. So the head voice is called that because you can feel the resonance of the sound. You can feel it more in your head as opposed to your chest voice, which is where most people are speaking most of the time, which you can feel the vibrations on your chest. So if you say hello, hello, you can feel the your voice vibrating in your chest. It's just where it resonates. And so when you are singing your head voice, you can feel the sound more up here. And that's, if you're more comfortable up there, you might be a soprano. It would help to get with a voice coach, get with a voice teacher, and have them listen to you sing a little bit, get a feel for your range, and be able to tell you, okay, you're a soprano. You're most likely a soprano. But sometimes it's something that you have to discover just through singing and practicing. Exactly what part you are. I know for sure I'm a mezzo soprano. In my opinion, like I genuinely feel like I'm definitely a mezzo soprano when it comes to musical theater and classical singing, just because I know where I'm comfortable and I know that I have the ability to sing some higher notes, but I'm also really comfortable with lower notes. And so, yeah, alto singers are generally female identifying voices that tend to be comfortable with lower notes, so around middle C and such, and even below middle C as well as above middle C, but not too much higher, not too much into the soprano range. But that's the simplest way I can put it, just to be really, really clear and straightforward and simple. So, all right, so we've gone through a lot. We've gone through how do we leverage practicing and not overuse our voice. Again, vocal warm-ups. Take it easy and make sure that you're not hurting your voice, okay? We talked about how to memorize melodies and lyrics, right? Use recordings. Record yourself singing and listen back to it. And feel free to write out lyrics if you need to. That's a great way to help memorize. And then lastly, we talked about keys and soprano versus alto and head voice. It's a lot of terminology, but just know that it helps to have someone kind of walking alongside with you and helping you say, okay, you're a soprano or you're an alto, or these are the notes that you can kind of sing comfortably, right? But it takes practice and listening to yourself, which is all that singing is. keep practicing, keep listening to yourself, keep enjoying it, and keep having fun in the process. So make sure that you come to the singing workshop that is coming up very soon. You can go to the link in my bio to sign up, fill out the interest form. It's a quick interest form, and I would love to see you there, and we can talk more singing and more creativity and more inspiration to like be an artist and be performing and do theater and sing and all these things that we all deep down know we love to do. Okay? You know you love it. Okay? We all love to sing, we all love to be creative, and that's what we're meant to do. So don't hide that gift. Invest that time in yourself and invest that money in yourself if you want to do the day 2 and get live coaching as well. That's available. So thank you for being here, you guys. Thanks for joining. For everyone who joined, thank you. And I recorded that, so I did not plug in my mic though. So unfortunately, it will not be the best recording, but it will be recorded, and I will put it on my podcast, probably as a mini episode or something. So look out for that. Go listen to the Sing Confidently, Live Creatively podcast. And thank you so much for being here. Oh, question. Have you ever experienced the sharp feeling in the throat when singing high notes? If so, how can you avoid that? Okay, so definitely I would say as soon as you feel any sort of sharp pain, if it's painful, let's back up from there, right? We definitely don't want to hurt ourselves. That's a great question though. I'm going to screenshot that because I really want to, if I can answer that more in depth at another time, because I do have to hop off soon. But yes, so I have definitely experienced the sharp feeling, right, when I'm singing a high note because it's out of my range and it's not comfortable for me. And what's happening is now my vocal folds they're not able to, it's hard for them to come, to make sound, your vocal folds have to come together. And when you're singing high notes, your vocal folds are like this, they're like spreading out. And if it's not in your range, it might be hard for them to come together at that height of a note. So then it might cause pain. You don't want there to be any pain though. You might also be using your other additional muscles in your throat to try to help yourself get to that note, and then that's causing tension too. That might contribute to the pain. But you would want to talk to an ENT, like a doctor. You want to talk to a doctor, you want to talk to a voice coach to help you, like, how do I work up to getting to that note? So maybe you don't need to sing that note right now, but you can work towards building stamina and actually helping your vocal folds get to the place where they can sing that note very comfortably without you hurting yourself. So I would say back off from that and then start working on how can I build up my range so that I can sing that note with comfortably. And just make sure that you're not straining your voice and using extra muscles to sing that you don't need to use. That's the simplest way I can answer that question. That's a good question, though. Thank you for asking that. And if I think of anything else, I will message you about that. So thank you. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining, you guys. I really appreciate it. I know people are joining. I'm actually about to head off. But thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys. Of course. Yeah, no problem. If I can think of anything else, I'll just voice message you or text or DM you. So feel free to ask me any other questions. You can DM me anytime. I'm an open book. And if I don't know it, then I literally will just say I don't know. And I'll go look it up and I'll figure it out and I'll come back. Okay. So, yes. All right. No problem. I will. Bye, you guys. Have a great night. Have a great day, depending on where you are in the world. Mwah.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.